No one really, realistically, should be pressing the button, frankly, because we know that it's complete annihilation of the planet, which seems a ridiculous end. It just doesn't make any sense. Do you think that that's a realistic thing to consider?
Not in the slightest, no. I would be opposed to disarming ourselves from nuclear capability. And unfortunately, the primary reason for that is the fact that if we don't have nuclear counter-deterrents or capabilities ourselves, then we leave ourselves incredibly exposed. And this is an argument and a debate that is brought up every time Trident is reassessed as a capability within, obviously, our defence budget. But equally, again, without having that nuclear capability and others having it, and particularly we look at, as I mentioned, of the big four, Iran being one of the biggest concerns is about their nuclear capability and what they're doing behind the scenes and not being incredibly transparent about. And North Korea being another case in point. And we saw that kind of hysterical promotional video for the missile launch, which I think is a case in point in terms of propaganda. So it's, if they have them, we have to have them.
Well, that's but my point was that everybody really should get rid of them, because there seems to be a real point to it, because at the end of the day, all you'll do is destroy the entire world, so no one wins. How is Russia seemingly failing to take Ukraine changed our perception on how powerful Putin's regime actually is?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, and we're seeing a lot of change and headwinds actually within Russia. I was with some Russian friends last night. We were talking about this in terms of the groundswell of the general population and the general public in Russia, who are very anti and opposed to what Putin is doing. And everybody is looking at him as the megalomaniac dictator who is running to his own agenda. He's not looking at the vested interests of the nation as a whole in terms of what this conflict is going to bring to them, other than hardship and misery. And certainly the Russian people, we have to feel sympathetic for, because they're not endorsing their leader, quite the contrary. And we've seen this in terms of even his state instruments like the FSB, the new name for the KGB, who are tipping off Vladimir Zelensky in terms of the types of threats that are being faced by him, assassination and kill teams which are being launched by Wagner Group. There's a lot of dissent within his own country.